The shot, and beautiful! Wyson.
It's time for high school sports, right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Jose Camarillo makes it 2.
And a good afternoon from Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl along with Brandon Parker. I'm Eric Granstrom, ready for lacrosse. I don't know if I am. It's been a number of years since we've been able to do this here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We have the Wenatchee Valley Thunder taking on the Snohomish Panthers, and this is kind of a unique one here today, Brandon. We've got one of your former players, head coach of the opposing team today.
Well, no, Dylan, I didn't actually coach Dylan.
Oh, okay.
He's a former player in Wenatchee. He was one of my assistant coaches for, I think, 4 or 5 years. And one great thing about Dylan is that if you ever talked about Wenatchee lacrosse in the past, it was an association to Dylan. He would coach with the women, the kids, the high school. He'd bounce around, and then when I got here, he was my assistant, right hand man for many years. And then the coach of Wenatchee, currently head coach Thomas Bass, he came on, and so both of them were assistants for a while, and now here we are watching them coach against each other. So. Well,
it's going to be a fun one here today. Dylan, by the way, Hummel has a good team so far this year, 7-2 coming in overall. This is a non-league game here today. Wenatchee, as you describe it, kind of a rebuilding period for the lacrosse team here locally.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to put it. The program in general has just grown. It's been wonderful. You've covered games. We graduated a lot of guys prior to COVID. That was tough coming off of that year. And so I would consider this more of a rebuilding year, although I think the best players to come through Wenatchee lacrosse are seniors on the team this year and off to college. And so they've got a great team. Dylan's got a great team, so I'm hoping for a real good game.
Well, and that's what we're hoping for. We're going to talk to Thomas Bass about Wenatchee coming up next as we continue on the pregame show. It's lacrosse today, Wenatchee and Snohomish on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, getting ready for Wenatchee and Snohomish and lacrosse. Thomas Bass, the head coach for the Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse team here. Thomas, 5-5 season so far. Describe how this has been for you guys.
Oh, I mean, with the COVID restrictions and everything else that we're dealing with, we're just happy to be out here. We've had some pretty serious injuries. We had 2 seniors go down with injury, and then another one who's playing through it right now. So they're running through it. These kids are working hard. Low numbers means that lots of kids are getting lots of playing time. So yeah, we're just gonna come back out here, go 1-0.
It's an interesting matchup here today with a former Wenatchee coach and player, and Dylan coming in with Snohomish. You got your hands full today.
Oh, absolutely. But the nice thing is that I know Dylan really well. We coached Seattle Stars together. Then we coached here at Wenatchee, and then we were both team captains here together when we were playing. So I've got his number. Don't worry.
Well, he mentioned on Facebook this is the only time he'll root against Wenatchee, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's fine. No, we're definitely good friends. We've had plenty of road trips together. I called him after our first game here at Wenatchee just to talk it out. He and I have been bouncing ideas off of each other. It's a good relationship we have.
Well, as we've seen with a lot of the sports we cover, it's a family affair no matter what, and this will be the case here today. With Wenatchee hosting Snohomish, we'll come back with the starting lineups coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used, to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
Wonderful job on our national anthem by one of the Wenatchee parents. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that. Welcome to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Time for lacrosse here on the NCWLIFE Channel as the 7-2 Snohomish Panthers take on the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, 5-5 overall on the season. Washington State boys lacrosse, along with Brandon Parker. I'm Eric Granstrom. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Stevens Home Group, your local real estate advisors. Find them on Facebook at Stevens Home Group. Starters for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder: Josh Bouchon, Nate Sherrill, Henry Nelson, Clay Lancaster, Torrin Brine, Marco Vargas, Keegan Bossman, Matthew Job, Gabe Velasquez, and in goal, Carson Reiner. Meanwhile, for Snohomish, starters announced by their head coach, of course, Dylan Hummel, include Zeke Neubauer, Ben Hansen, Seth Martin, Tanner Dorsey, Caden Wynn, Ethan Grant, Owen Wallace, Colton Perry, Damian Scott, and in goal is Ian Coate. The two teams lining up here at midfield at Lee Bofto Field. Speaking of, our officials for today's game are Jeremy Villou and Brian Walker. And let's bring in our lacrosse expert here today, Brandon Parker. Brandon, can you describe, well, let's first of all, it's been 2 years since we've had lacrosse on the NCWLIFE Channel, so let's back up the truck a little bit. And just generally speaking, describe lacrosse for someone who's watching today who's maybe never seen the sport before.
Okay, well, that's a good question. I've been asked that many times, and sometimes I have fun with the answer. But I think the best way to describe it is it's kind of like hockey on grass. Instead of hitting a puck, you're throwing a ball. The reason I say hockey is because you can go around the goal, which is something you can obviously do in hockey. At the same time, I'll say it's kind of like soccer, but you're throwing a ball instead of kicking a ball, but from a field size perspective. So the goal ultimately is you want to get that ball in that net. You can run around it. The ball's going to go back and forth with possession. You've got your offense and your defense, and that's it. Get the ball in the net and score your goals.
And similar to hockey, you have a face-off, which we will have here momentarily, where the official will put the ball down at the midfield stripe, and you'll have two face-off specialists, as they're known, correct?
Yep.
Okay, that will do the face-off here. For Wenatchee, it'll be Marco Vargas. By the way, Wenatchee in the gray uniforms, Snohomish in black. Snohomish will send Seth Martin out there for the face-off. What's the official looking for here, just to make sure that the heads of their sticks are parallel?
Yeah,
to
there's a neutral zone where you can't have your helmets in. The sticks got to be parallel. And there you go. So possession won by Snohomish.
So Snohomish will work offense first. And I don't know if you can see it very well on our cameras here on TV, but there's a blue box. And each team on offense has to get a foot inside that blue box, and then they can start their offense. But they only have so much time, right, Brandon, to be able to get in the box and start their offensive set.
Correct. Anytime there's a possession change, you've got 10 seconds from the midfield to get into the box. And the box starts at the 30-yard line, and then you can see the blue lines going down the side. When you're transitioning up the field, you have 20 seconds to get across the 50, 10 seconds to get into the box.
And all they have to do is take a step inside that blue box, and then they'll work the ball around the perimeter, which is what Snohomish is doing right now. Spencer Flynn had the ball momentarily, and then they'll feed it back outside to Cole States. States will look down low to the right of the goal. As you see the defenders there that are trying to match up man for man. You've got a couple of long sticks out there, too, and that's something you'll probably notice as the game progresses. You've got different kinds of sticks in each of the hands of both offensive and defensive players. And a drive here. And similar to, I guess you could call it basketball-ish, Brandon, as far as defense is concerned, you can run a man defense or a zone, right?
Yep, absolutely. So right now we're in a man-to-man defense. Fundamentally, you want to keep your body between that player and the goal, and you can use your stick to poke check them, to lift their hands, and try to get the ball knocked out.
So Wenatchee doing a pretty good job marking a man every time the ball, now that's a ground ball, and that's something that they keep track of too. Every time the ball gets away from somebody and hits the ground, that's called a ground ball, and that's a stat that they keep track of, and how many ground balls you come up with per game, and that's big. And there's a nice strip there by Wenatchee by Keegan Bossman, who comes up with the ball, and a flag will come out. So we'll wait for the play to develop, and then we'll see what the flag is as Wenatchee tries to work it out of their end. As Brandon mentioned, only got 20 seconds to get it out of their end across midfield. With the ball right now is Torn Bryan. Bryan will give it back to Carson Reiner, and they'll get it across midfield, but then the whistle will sound, and we'll see what the penalty is.
It's a slash.
Slash against Snohomish. So that'll be a 1-minute penalty against the perpetrator there. So that means that Snohomish will play a man down for the next minute, right?
Right, yep, and Wenatchee will be man up. So similar to hockey again, it's like a power play, I guess you'd say. So we have 6, they have 5. Well, they have 6 including the goalie, but the goalie out of the equation, you've got 5 defensemen, we have 6 offense. And, well, I say we. You know, I'm the former Wenatchee coach, so I'm on a broadcast. I need to maybe stop my wheeze. But
we'll forgive you for that.
The gray team, Wenatchee, does have a man up. So here we go. They have an opportunity to get a goal with an advantage.
So Wenatchee on the offensive set as they'll position the ball around to Henry Nelson. Lost it on the ground and then picked up there by Snohomish as Caden Wynn was able to come up with it. So a turnover for Wenatchee. They'll get the ball back before midfield. Nice job by Henry Nelson to chase down a ball that got away from him earlier. Back behind the goal for a moment was Nate Sherrill. And there's a shot right on the money, but good job by the goalkeeper there as Ian Coate is able to deny the shot by Wenatchee. Snohomish now trying to get it out of their end. They'll get it back to Coate, and Coate will come out, and everybody will flee towards midfield where he can come out. Now, how far can the keeper come out? Just to midfield?
Nope, keeper can go as far as he wants to go and take a shot. They just have to have a man back. So you have to have 4 players on the defensive side at all time, including the goalie. So if the goalie goes, a midfielder has to stay back.
Here's a run up, and a good job of the defense surrounding Damian Scott. The ball loose, and the penalty is ellipsed, and then the man coming out was Sam Flores, who was the guilty party of the penalty. So now we're even strength, and here's a shot in close and a goal scored by Snohomish, as that was easy for Owen Wallace. He's their lead scorer on the year. That's his 20th in league play, 20th of the season that we have as far as his stats are concerned, and that'll put Snohomish up 1-0. So the Panthers will grab the first score of the game at the 8:12 mark here of the first quarter. And again, Owen Wallace.
Yep, no, it's a little bit on Owen. He's an attack senior, 3-year captain, 4-year varsity starter. A big reason why Dylan pursued coaching at Snohomish, and he also committed to play D3 at Whittier College. So, as Dylan says, he's the lifeblood of their offense.
Yeah, well, and he showed it right there. Definitely got inside the defense, and Wenatchee just could not counter and be able to mark him as he went down the field. And so now Wenatchee behind in this one early, as they are battling a very fierce opponent here today. They get it across midfield and get it inside the box. So Wenatchee safe offensively here on this particular set, as they'll look over towards the sideline and Coach Thomas Bass and see what they want to run here offensively. They'll go left side with it to Nate Sherrill. He'll go back behind to Henry Nelson. Nelson comes out. Defense folds on him, so he'll get it outside further for the Thunder to Andrew Vandershally. And the ball goes behind the goal on a shot. Let's talk about that, Brandon. You see guys racing towards the end line. What's the point of all of that?
Yep, anytime there's a shot, it's going to be the closest person to the ball where it goes out, retains possession. So if it were the black team getting closest, they would take it and try to transition it down the field.
All right, so that's only on a shot, though. If there's a pass attempt that goes out of bounds, that's a turnover and goes to the other team.
Correct.
So it's up to the officials to determine whether it's a shot or not. Speaking of which, here's a shot.
Oh, outside. Outside.
Thought that Wenatchee was able to even the score there. Clay Lancaster with a good look, but no, hit the outside of the net. So Snohomish, clock is ticking on getting it back across midfield here. They finally will in the stick of Cole States, and then get a step inside the box and then set up the offense here for the Panthers. 1-0 our score, first quarter play. 4 quarters in lacrosse. We'll have a halftime coming up. Good punch and shove there by Josh Bouchon. Another, though, pass inside and a shot taken. And here's another goal for Snohomish. This time it's by Spencer Flynn. Oh, excuse me. No, that was 19. And Cole States on the goal for the Panthers.
You got it. Cole's a midfielder, sophomore year. That was a great cut. So one of the things defensively on the Wenatchee side is they need to be, we call it having your head on a swivel. So you got to watch your guy and you got to watch where the ball is. And you can get yourself cut on just like that happened when you turn your head. So it's part of the strategy on the defensive side. Always keep your eye on your guy.
Another face-off won by Snohomish. Good job by Seth Martin for the Panthers. And just similar to hockey, by the way, rotations happen on the fly as, we don't have a board for them to come over. They just come over from the sideline. And you'll see that oftentimes right after a face-off when they get the ball in the offensive sets, and that was the case here for the Panthers. It's in the stick of MJ Keith. They'll go back behind. That ball nearly went out of bounds. It does. That'll be a turnover by Snohomish. So Wenatchee will get it, and the long stick of Torrin Bryan back there. He'll give it up to Reiner. Reiner will come to the near side with it, and streaking up the sideline is Keegan Bossman. Bossman will get it across midfield, and now they get the challenge of getting it inside the blue box. He'll lose it, though, and a good job by the defense to converge and force another turnover by Wenatchee. Now in transition, Snohomish across the midfield stripe. Avery Keith on the drive and the shot, and another goal scored. Boy, you talk about a fast break. That was certainly the case there as they were able to feed it ahead, and the goal scored by Damian Scott, 3-0 Snohomish.
All right, give you a little info on Damian. He's in attack. He plays. He's a senior, and last week he committed to go play club lacrosse at the University of Montana. And he's big into fishing, so that's a good spot to go if you're into fishing, going to Montana.
Definitely so. So not the start that the home squad was hoping for here. Meanwhile, for the former Wenatchee coach and player, Dylan Hummel, it's all to script so far. This face-off won by Wenatchee. They had numbers for a moment, but will slow it down here and set the offense. Henry Nelson with the ball right now, number 14 for Wenatchee Valley. He'll give it up to Clay Lancaster. He's the one that had the near goal moments ago. Right side over to Matthew Job. Job, diminutive one out there, will feed it out top in the stick of Andrew Vandershally. Vandershally will bring it back out again. They'll come out high to Marco Vargas. Marco, pestered by the defense, looking for the shot. Won't shoot it. Off to Job. Now feed out high. It's intercepted. And another turnover by Wenatchee as Seth Martin stepped in the middle of that pass. Martin will bring it up the left sideline. Get a foot inside the box and now wait for some help as off the bench comes M.J. Keith again. And they'll slowly set up the offense here with a 3-0 lead and 4 minutes and change left here in this first quarter of play. All Snohomish so far as the Panthers lead it by a score of 3-0. Right side on the corner to Keaton Taylor. They'll go down behind the net, and that's the second time in a row that a little hard time for Tanner Dorsey back there to hang on to it. The junior loses it, and another turnover by the Panthers. So let's see if Wenatchee can take advantage of the turnover this time as Carson Reiner's looking for some help as the clock continues to tick. Snohomish doing a good job of executing that defense along the sidelines. Wenatchee able to flip it ahead to Josh Bouchon. Bouchon will come back out top, and after he's stepping inside the box, will help the offense here. Wenatchee gets some help off the sideline from Clay Lancaster, who will come into the formation as well. Working on the right side, ball on the ground. Another ground ball picked up by Snohomish. Panthers over everything as Caden Wynn was able to get that one. Now the throw to midfield will go awry and be picked up by Wenatchee. Bouchon has it. Bouchon gives it up to Bossman. Bossman with the long stick will go up ahead, just short of midfield to Brine. Ball turned over once again by Wenatchee. Picked up by Snohomish. On the drive for the Panthers is Wallace. Watch out for him. He'll shoot. He'll score. Just about the time, Brandon, you think maybe he's going to pass it, then he takes it himself all the way for the shot and the goal.
Yeah, it's a tough one for the goalie because he had the pass. He kind of faked it and then took the shot. So he actually made a good head fake there and got the goalie thinking he was going to pass. So good play by Owen.
4-0 Panthers. Second goal of the game for Owen Wallace. Everybody takes a collective breath here as we come back to midfield for the faceoff. It'll be Andrew Vandershally doing the duties here for Wenatchee this time against Seth Martin for Snohomish. Martin again wins yet another faceoff.
Yeah, one thing about lacrosse, too, each team generally will have a face-off specialist or somebody that really trains to be good at that particular position, and you can tell that Dylan's done a great job with his face-off specialist.
Zeke Neubauer had it for a moment for Snohomish. They'll go to the right side with it. And giving it up is Scott. They'll go back behind again to Dorsey. Dorsey, nice job by the defense again for Wenatchee. Another interception of a pass there, this time by Bossman. Keegan's going to bring it up the near sideline, get whacked from behind. Ball comes loose. No flag from the official, so it's a clean play, and it will be Snohomish ball again. Neubauer will get inside the box, bring it back out top. Panthers with their attack where they like to set it up out about 15, 20 yards from the goal mouth. And you see a different attack plan by every team you face. Now a drive and a shot and the goal. And Wenatchee just trailing too much there. Zeke Neubauer with the fifth goal of the game, 5-0 Snohomish. So Zeke with his first goal of the game. And that's his 11th of the season here for Snohomish, as the Panthers all over Wenatchee here in this first quarter of play. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. At Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, customer satisfaction is #1. Stop on by today. Wenatchee wins the faceoff but then loses the ball as it's collected back there by Seth Martin. He's very fleet of foot. We'll get it inside the box, give it up to Owen Wallace. Watch out for him. Danger to score from anywhere on the field. Crosses over to the right side to Taylor. Then back out top again. They're getting that Wenatchee defense spread out on that man for the Thunder here, Brandon, and they've certainly been able to take advantage of the gaps in that defense.
Yep. No, one of the things you want to do as an offensive coach is spread out that defense, which they're doing a really good job. You can get those drives and cuts. So far, so good on their side.
Neubauer was looking for another shot, but the ball stolen away by Wenatchee. Good job there by Bouchon. And his cross-field pass, however, is not handled cleanly over there by Bryan. It'll go out of bounds, and it will be out to Snohomish. We are under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play. All Snohomish so far. But as we've seen in the past doing games here on the NCWLIFE Channel, all things can change very quickly. But Wenatchee right now needs to get the ball to the other end of the field, that's for sure. Ball picked up back behind the goal mouth, but then picked off by Wallace. He'll feed out front. Neubauer with a
nice
shot.
Save.
Oh, my. Nice job by Reiner. He still has some trouble, however, as the ball's just outside the goal circle there. Still loose on the ground and then picked up, and then a heavy hit by Snohomish. Panthers come up. The shot
nice
on the way.
save.
Another stop by Reiner. Good job by the goalkeeper for Wenatchee. Holy cow. Outlet pass to Bouchon. Bouchon going 3/4 of the length of the field because that's the end of our first quarter of play. All Snohomish so far. After one, the Panthers lead the Thunder 5-0. You're watching lacrosse today here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
5-0 Snohomish after the first quarter. Thanks for joining us here for lacrosse today on the NCWLIFE Channel. I'm Eric Granstrom along with Brandon Parker here. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Great service with a personal touch. That's their commitment to you. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa provides a different kind of full-service care that gives their clients peace of mind. Visit their showroom today. Also by Chelan Douglas Casa, court-appointed special advocates for children. And Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Enjoy your day at Highlander Golf Course. Reserve your next tee time or plan a party in one of their simulator rooms. You don't have to be a member to dine in style. Give them a call today. Well, Brandon, in that timeout between quarters, if you're Coach Thomas Bass, what are you telling your club?
All right, well, first thing would be keep your eye on your cutters defensively, and another thing on defense, these guys are driving, and they're looking to make a dump and a quick pass. Keep funneling them outside, keep the sticks on them. Offensively, they've just got to move their feet a little more, get the ball moving, start making some cuts. And also just mentally want this. You know, you're playing a home game. Your crowd's here. You know, just it's everything, every play, every moment, just have fun, be focused, and bring the energy. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if Coach Bass got a good speech in.
Marco Vargas will be out there for Wenatchee on the faceoff to start our second quarter of play, and he'll be countered by Seth Martin for Snohomish. Panthers with 2 goals by Owen Wallace in that first quarter. Also Damian Scott, Zeke Neubauer, and Cole States all coming up with tallies for the visitors here this afternoon. Kind of a windy day as it turned out. Lovely morning. Beautiful blue skies and sunshine, but the cloud cover has moved in. And, nice vision for our cameras here today, honestly. Seth Martin again will win a faceoff here for Snohomish. That's been kind of a theme here in this first half as well for the Panthers, as they'll work it back behind the goal. Tanner Dorsey back there with it.
All right, so one point, though, at each quarter they do switch sides. So now we're, if you've noticed, if you haven't watched lacrosse before, now Wenatchee's going the other direction, same with Snohomish.
Okay, so the Panthers with it going from right to left on your television. Panthers again in the black uniforms trimmed in red and white. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder with the gray uniforms trimmed in black. As again, Snohomish will work the ball out high, and this is Cannon Taylor on the drive. Good job by Wenatchee to pester that pass attempt. The ball's loose on the ground. Another ground ball here. It's loose. Who's going to come up with it? Wenatchee does. Finally flicks into the net of Clay Lancaster, but then he's belted down, and Snohomish comes up with the ball. A little more physicality for the visitors here.
Oh, yeah. No, they definitely, when Wenatchee's getting the ball, they're getting right on their hands and making it difficult for them to make a good pass.
Here's a turnover and picked up by Wenatchee. Here's an opportunity for a transition. Bossman will come across midfield. He'll get it inside the box. Will they continue to attack or wait for help? As they'll peel it back, Job will bring it back outside. Ball skips on a pass outside further to Vandershally. And also coming off the bench is Luke Bird here for Wenatchee. Vandershally can't field it cleanly, but he'll chase the ball down up by the 45-yard line here on the surface at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Pass attempt over and a hack from behind. Sherrill can't get it. Loose again, but Vandershally comes up with it. He'll feed left side with it. Over there is Nelson. Back to Vandershally. As Wenatchee works it back out top. Work off a pick there. Defense comes. Vandershally backs away. Looking, and boy, Snohomish really crowds the net around their goalkeeper. They've got 3 guys within about 5 yards.
Yep. They're giving Wenatchee these outside lanes, but they're definitely packing in case somebody does beat them on a drive. They've got their slides covered. Oh.
Ball knocked away from the stick of Nelson, picked up by Snohomish. Pass to midfield. Transition opportunity for the Panthers. Taylor with it. He'll go left side, collect it back. No, they'll go back behind. Wallace had it for a moment. Now the shot and the score. Boy, that is impressive offensive passing back and forth and finding the open man. Damian Scott with his second goal of the game.
Great ball movement by Snohomish. You can see all that passing really makes it difficult for a defense.
Goal comes with 9:31 to go here in this first half of play. Snohomish up 6-0 now on Damian Scott's second goal of the game. Scott came in to this contest with 14 goals on the season. Now add another couple to that. As the face-off will get underway here out at midfield. Wait for the whistle from the official. It comes. New face-off man out there was Owen Graves for Wenatchee. Trying for a little bit better luck on the offensive set, and they get it. Wenatchee still trying to get it in. Did they get it in the box? I
no,
didn't
they
see
didn't.
If they did.
They did not.
Okay,
yeah.
And then they turn it over on a pass attempt by Clay Lancaster and picked up again by Caden Wynn. Boy, that guy seems to be everywhere here for Snohomish in this first half of play. Number 11 with the shock of blonde hair emerging from his helmet will get it down back behind to Tanner Dorsey. Dorsey will wait for everybody to collect where they want to be, get the substitutions off the bench. States with it. Now out high it comes to MJ Keith. They'll work it around on the perimeter again. Then back behind, it'll come to Dorsey where he likes to camp out down there. And then out high to Keith. Across the field it will go. Now here they come on the set. Turn and throw back to Wallace. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Wenatchee trying to get after it. Nice job out there defensively by the Josh Bouchon, who will finally come up at midfield. Josh on the attack. He's got 3 guys around him. Spins away. Gives it up to Job. Job looking for somebody to come off the bench, and that will be Charlie Jorgensen who comes out. Also coming off the bench is Marco Vargas to help on the attack here. A little give and go. Vargas crosses over again. Out top high it goes to Vandershalle. Vandershalle on the drive. He'll stop, spin, give it out top high again. But, boy, every time Wenatchee gets it out in front of the goal, 20 yards out, you see nothing but black jerseys. Yeah. Here's a shot from way outside. At least there's a shot taken. Vandershalle from about 15 yards away. Wenatchee will maintain possession after the missed attempt, at least a shot for the Thunder. Vandershalle with it. A high pass, and not collecting it is Sherrill, and another turnover by the Thunder here. As Snohomish transition, Avery Keith across midfield. He'll pass it off. Owen Wallace was there, and there's a nice stop by Reiner. Again, he's made several here in this first half. That was point-blank range by Tanner Dorsey, but Reiner was man of the moment. Pass out to midfield. They get it across the midfield stripe. Now they just have seconds ticking away here to get it inside the box. The ball's loose. Another ground ball here. 2 Thunder are there. Still don't have possession. And now they're going to say, nope, whistle for Snohomish. Panthers' Zeke Neubauer will work it in the backfield here with 6:50 to go. Pass across midfield. Picked up on the positive side by Snohomish. Another beautiful pass across. And looking for a lane is Tanner Dorsey. Dorsey gives it off to Taylor. Keaton out high to Neubauer. They'll work it around the perimeter again. Trying to find just enough of a gap in that Wenatchee defense to add a 7th tally on the afternoon. Here's a beautiful move, a pass in front, ball loose. Good job by Reiner to get his stick up and cause some problems, at least obscuring the vision of the pass there. Now from back behind the goal, they find a man in front. The shot is off the mark by Keaton Taylor. It goes out of bounds. It will be Snohomish ball. And hang on, we've got a whistle out front. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, it didn't look like everybody was ready to go, so they'll bring it back in. I think that's Owen Wallace back behind the goal. Turns, shot, score. Man. He has plenty of moves out there for sure, and that's why he's leading the team in scoring here this season. His 3rd goal give him a hat trick on the day for Owen Wallace. And that comes with 5:55 to go here in the first half. 7-zip Snohomish. Seth Martin will do the face-off here again for Snohomish. Meanwhile, countering this time Marco Vargas for the Thunder. Vargas got good positioning that time, but the ball left behind, and now we're going to get a flag. Let's see what that is. They're going to let Wenatchee have possession, but the whistle comes, and let's see what the official says. High stick.
Possibly cross-check. Let's see.
Cross-check. Okay, and that will be whistled against Wenatchee's Marco Vargas, so that's a minute that Snohomish will be a man up, and definitely not what Wenatchee was looking for here. So Snohomish will start this set on the offensive end as M.J. Keith will have it out towards midfield. The officials wait to get each other back in position, and they'll whistle the start with 5:42 to go here in this first half of play. Keith to Neubauer. Neubauer, left side. Here's a wristed shot from the left side in the high right corner. Again, Owen Wallace. And similar to ice hockey, when a goal is scored, the penalty goes away, correct?
Yeah. Well, unless there are certain penalties that are unsportsmanlike, or
stick.
If they lock them in the box, then it would not. But under that circumstance, yes.
So back to even strength will be the Thunder here, trailing it now 8-0 against Snohomish. By the way, just to let you know about Central League play, last night Chiawana shut out Hanford 15-0. It was earlier this week that Wenatchee Valley fell to Chiawana by a score of 10-8. So Wenatchee coming into today trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, even though this is a non-league contest. Not off to an auspicious beginning here as they trail it 8-0 to the Panthers. Cannon Taylor had it for a moment, number 33 for Snohomish. And now collecting it is Sam Flores. Or excuse me, that was Owen Wallace that had it. Well, you just hate to see him get the ball any time. Cannon Taylor again out top. Looking inside, turn and shot. And this one will bounce over the top of the goal. And Owen Wallace, a rare miss for him. Snohomish maintains possession, though. They had a man back towards the end line. Neubauer with the drive, and he'll shoot. And a nice job by Reiner to deflect that one. So it stays out of the goal mouth. And now they'll work it around top to Dorsey. Fake at the drive by Taylor. Taylor looking inside, and there is the dangerous man again. Wallace with the shot, but this time it also bounces and caroms off to the left and outside the goal mouth. But again, Snohomish will maintain possession with 4:19 to go here in this first half of play. That was a nice thought as almost a little backdoor action there by Cannon Taylor. The pass, though, a little errant, will go out of bounds and a rare turnover for Snohomish. Wenatchee has it in their end as Reiner will work it over to the right side and give it up to Torn Bryan. Bryan looking towards midfield. That clock is ticking. Wenatchee needs to get it across midfield. They do, but then knocked from behind. Now we're going to get a flag down as hitting the deck was Andrew Vanderschally. And that will be
push with possession, 30 seconds.
So just a 30-second penalty here against Snohomish, and I think that was Manny Flores that got the whistle. So Wenatchee will have the possession, and they will have a man up here for 30 seconds. We'll see if the Thunder can get their first goal of the game. Vanderschally will have it right around the 40-yard line here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Good crowd on hand here today to watch lacrosse here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Appreciate you watching wherever you may be today. Lancaster over right side. As they'll work it back around behind to Nate Sherrill. He's got a lot of assists. In fact, leads the team in assists this season. Sherrill will collect it again. Little give and go. Then out top to Vanderschally. Over left side to Nelson. Nelson looking. Sees nothing but a black fence in front of him, basically, in those jerseys by Snohomish. A thought, and now that's a tough angle on the shot here from the right side by Nate Sherrill. It'll be Wenatchee ball. What were you going to say, Brandon?
Yeah, he had the lane right there. It needed to get into his left hand, and he would have had a better angle.
Sherrill again, not far from the left side of the goal mouth. Now the ball, a ground ball, and Vanderschally is able to pick this one up out towards midfield. And they'll push him across midfield. And again, Snohomish being very physical when Wenatchee has the ball in stick. Loose again. Who's going to get it from this scrum? And it will be Snohomish that comes up with the ball again. And there's a little more physical play for Wenatchee, but somehow able to maintain possession is Zeke Neubauer. How in the world did he get out of that jail with 5 guys around him? Neubauer's pass, though, is broken up, and we're going to get a penalty here against Wenatchee, I believe. Let's see. Cross-check, so a minute penalty will be whistled here against Wenatchee. And that'll be on Matthew Job. So they'll play a man down. Snohomish back on the offensive front with 2:41 to go, leading it 8-0. Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Doghouse Motorsports, now featuring the full line of on- and off-road Husqvarna motorcycles. Also by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. So Wenatchee's going to pack everybody inside or close to the goal here, trying to avoid another tally here for Snohomish. But just as I say it, they get over to the right side and a sling at the goal by the Panthers. And I believe that was Tanner Dorsey that came up with it. It was. He'll make it 9-0 with 2:34 to go here in this first half. Just a landslide for the visitors here this afternoon at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Vargas will do the face-off against Martin. Whistle sounds, and Martin again comes up with the face-off. He'll pass it over to his teammate inside the box. Again, that small blue line there is part of that box we're referring to. Turnover. Nice job defensively by Bossman. Keegan will take it over the midfield stripe, and he will touch inside the box himself and just continue to take it. I thought maybe he was going to take a shot.
He had a lane.
He did.
He could have gone.
How harder is it with that long stick to take a shot, though?
No, it actually is. It's difficult for goalies to defend shots from a long stick. They can come up real high and get a good bounce. It's tough to see sometimes, and you can get a really fast shot with your long pole. You've got the torque on that.
Sure.
So, yeah, he should have kept going with that, used his momentum, and ripped a shot. At this point, might as well,
Yeah, and Snohomish didn't really look like they were looking for him to do so. Nelson with it for Wenatchee. He'll pass it off to Jorgensen. Jorgensen back outside. It comes to Vandershalle. Vandershalle, was that a shot or was it a pass?
That was a pass.
Yeah, it was a pass, so it goes out of bounds. So a turnover for Wenatchee. Clock winding down, under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Lots of adjusting needing to be done here by Wenatchee at halftime. Ball loose on the ground again in the Snohomish, or in the Wenatchee end of the field. And still, now it is possessed by Snohomish. Panthers with Spencer Flynn out there. He's listed as one of the JV players, but getting some time here on the varsity. Left side, Tanner Dorsey. They'll bring it back out top, and this is where they've started that offense that's been so successful here so far in the early going. Taylor with a shot, but it will go wide, high, or way high, and that'll be still Snohomish possession as they had a man towards the end line there with 38 seconds to go here in the first half. I guess moral victory, if you're looking for it for Wenatchee, would just be to keep Snohomish off the board again.
Absolutely. Yep. And then, halftime, regroup, figure it out, come out with a little bit of different strategy.
Back behind, I think that's Tanner Dorsey with it right now. Numbers on the front of the jerseys, a little bit smaller for these aging eyes. Dorsey will spin against the defense. And nice job by Wenatchee to knock the ball free. Bouchon was back there, and it'll come up finally to Reiner. Well, now transition. How about a score? Reiner's pass, though, goes the entire length of the field, and that'll be the horn to sound the end of our first half. We will take a 2-minute break, all Snohomish here in this first half of play as the Panthers lead the Wenatchee Valley Thunder by a score of 9-0. We'll come back with more at halftime right after this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
Well, it's halftime here in this lacrosse match here on the NCWLIFE Channel, where Snohomish leads Wenatchee Valley 9-0. Along with Brandon Parker, I'm Eric Granstrom. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Wenatchee Power Sports, now featuring Polaris, Yamaha, KTM, and Beta. Sales, parts, and service. Also by August Edge Real Estate, your personal real estate agency with full service offered at just a 2% listing fee, and JDSA Law. That's Jeffers, Danielson, Son, and Aylward attorneys, serving the Wenatchee Valley with the finest professional services since 1946. Well, all Snohomish here in the first half as the Panthers led it 5-0 at the end of one, as Owen Wallace scored 2 of his 3 goals and make that 4 goals in that first half. He had the first tally for Snohomish at the 8-12 mark in the first. That put Snohomish up by a score of 1-0. It was just barely 2 minutes later that Cole States was able to score for the Panthers. That made it 2-0. Damian Scott's first goal of the afternoon made it 3-0 with 5:15 to go in the first quarter of play. Owen Wallace would collect his second goal of the first quarter with a 4-0 lead at that point at 2:51 left here in the first quarter. And then Zeke Neubauer scored just before the end of the first quarter to make it 5-0. Damian Scott would add a goal along with Tanner Dorsey, and 2 more by Owen Wallace in the second, as that is our score at halftime by a score of 9-0. We'll talk to Brandon Parker coming up about adjustments that he can see that need to be made by the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, and maybe what his former protege Dylan Hummel will decide to do in the second half as well. We do have a ceremony going on right now. We should mention that and probably get the cameras on that, as well as we have our seniors being recognized here this afternoon.
Defender, Torrin Braun.
So the first to be recognized for Wenatchee is Keegan Bossman.
U.S. Army ROTC scholar with ambitions to be appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy. A political science major, Torrin wishes to strap on the helmet once again for the UW lacrosse team. His parents are Colin and Linda Brine of Wenatchee and Tiffany Brine Davies and Bill Davies of Leavenworth.
So there's Torrin Brine, number 20.
Defender, Josh Bushell. Josh will be continuing his lacrosse career playing in the NCAA for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Daytona Beach, Florida. Josh's plans are to major in aeronautical engineering. Josh's parents are Jason and Jennifer Bushong.
Josh Bouchon, number 3.
Midfielder, Evan Depew. Evan will be attending Grand Canyon University this fall with plans to major in business. While we missed having Evan due to injury, his presence on the sideline motivated his teammates. Evan's parents are Jason and Amy Depew.
Evan Depew, who is number 4, but you maybe heard that. He was injured this season. Now Clay Lancaster
will be attending Gonzaga University in the fall with a focus on the engineering program. Clay's parents are Rick and Sandra Lancaster. Attackman, Nate Sherrill. Nate looks to further his lacrosse and education at NNU in Nampa, Idaho this fall. He will be focusing his degree in business. Nate's parents are Jimmy and Paula Sherrill.
So there's number 10, Nate Sherrill. Last but not least, Marco Vargas.
Marco anchored the face-off position and was a dual threat as both a defensive and offensive midfielder. Marco's contribution to the team was insurmountable, and a player fellow teammates enjoyed to battle alongside. His parents are Pete and Sonny.
There you go, celebration of the seniors here on Senior Day at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. They trail it by a score of 9-0. We'll come back and talk to Brandon about thoughts on making some adjustments as we continue here at halftime on the NCWLIFE Channel. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Laura Mountain Real Estate, rated world's best real estate firm for the Wenatchee Valley in 2020, and One Way Construction. One Way is a premier custom home builder and general contractor in North Central Washington. One Way Construction, your way, your project, your way. We'll come back with more after this on the NCWLIFE Channel. Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
If you're like me, you're already dreaming about the summer, enjoying it with friends and family in the backyard. Don't get discouraged with the chilly breeze of spring just yet. There is still work to be done, and the warmer temperatures are just around the corner. If you've been thinking about when to get your backyard ready for summer, come on down to Blue Lagoon, now scheduling pool openings. Ask us why we think you should open your pool sooner rather than later. Call today. Scheduling is filling up fast.
Well, it is senior day for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Halftime is underway, and it's 9-0. Snohomish on top, and 4 goals in that first half for Owen Wallace. I guess, Brandon Parker, one thing that you got to keep an eye on is know where number 22 is for the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. So if anything, Coach Bass should be focusing on that particular player, keeping your eye on number 22. But, you know, they've got their whole offense is good. They're moving the ball well. They're cutting well. They're passing well. If I were to be given advice right now at halftime to Wenatchee's offense, it would be look at what they're doing and try to replicate that. Move quicker. You know, a lot of the times they're getting their passes and they're standing there. They're not sure. Have some confidence and just be moving. Move the ball. Move your feet. Pass the ball. That makes it difficult to defend when people are moving, because the defense has to keep their eye on you and the ball. If they're standing around too much, it's a disadvantage.
I think also what Snohomish is showing that anytime Wenatchee does get in the offensive end to try to set something up, Snohomish is being very physical on the defense.
Yep, they're putting the pressure on, and if you're not moving and you're getting pressed, it doesn't equal a positive for that offensive team. So, yeah, Coach Hummel is doing a fantastic job. You know, it's funny to me because he was kind of my protege for a while and under my wing. And if I had known this day was going to come over the years, maybe I would have taught him some things that might made him not as difficult today. But no, I'm extremely proud of Dylan. He's been a good friend, and he's gone off and he's now coaching a lot of kids, not even just this team. He's also coaching stars. He's doing private lessons, and he's so passionate about lacrosse that it's wonderful that someone from Wenatchee went out and is doing this.
That's what I was going to say, too, is that how cool is that it came from within here and the program here and the program that you had so much stake in for so many years, and that it continues. You know, we just had the halftime ceremony here for the seniors that will go on and play lacrosse at the next level. That's got to be exciting.
One of the things I'm proud of, when I first got here, I remember sitting down with the team at the time and saying, okay, where are you guys going to go to college? You know, I'm coming from a place where I'm thinking all these kids got focus on a college, and they all looked at me with these eyes of, huh? And so I said, oh, man, we got to build this. So over the years now, we have a lot of players that are off playing college lacrosse, and many of the ones you just saw committed. You know, Mason's playing down south. Jake Reiner, if you remember Reiner, he's playing at University of Washington. We've got some guys, I think, at Washington State. I mean, they're now going around, and Wenatchee is being recognized well throughout the United States for good lacrosse talent. So if nothing else, today's game's a little rough, but there's so much positive in what we have going on with Dylan, with the guys going to college, and, you know, just being able to watch this game, be on this field, have these guys here excelling in a wonderful sport. The fans, I'm just proud of Wenatchee.
Well, and one thing, too, is that, you know, confidence begets confidence. I mean, you just something as simple as making a stop, getting a turnover, you know, making a good pass, getting a ball in the net, getting on the scoreboard. Who knows what that could do? I mean, you start with that confidence level, and you keep pumping on that balloon, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, well, the one thing I would say to them as well is, you know, you kind of forget the first half. And you consider every goal now a win. It's 0-0, and you play for that next ground ball, play for that next goal. And if you can be proud of how you finish off the game, no matter what the score is, that's what you get to hang your hat on and walk away with. So if they can bring some more confidence, win each opportunity, they'll be proud.
Marco Vargas will do the face-off here against Seth Martin for Snohomish. Snohomish, well, the ball was loose there for a minute, and now we've got whistle coming, I think, against Wenatchee. Is going to be a penalty or just?
No, it's just a push.
Okay.
When there's no possession, if you get pushed from behind, then there'll just be a turnover of possession.
Okay, so Snohomish with the ball as they'll go from left to right on the television screen as you're watching it now, wherever you may be. Thanks for tuning in on our Facebook feed today at NCW Life, also live on our website at ncwlife.com. I remember back when we were doing games with you coaching that you had some folks that were all over the country watching.
Oh, it was great.
Games.
Yeah, I mean, being in this sport my whole life, really, my friend network and other coaches and family, and I mean, whenever we had games and you guys were broadcasting, I sent it out to everybody. So I'm sure we had people from all over watching games, and what you guys do is just wonderful, and I appreciate what you're doing now and what you do for everybody else in the community.
And I appreciate, I think it was Reiner that came to me, years ago, 2017, and said, hey, why don't you guys do lacrosse? And I went, I know nothing about the sport, never even really watched a full game before, but sure, why not? And it has become one of my favorite games to broadcast.
Yeah, we had a good time with a lot of the teams of the past, and you broadcasting and some close games and some playoffs and overtimes, and man, and the day I got dunked where you didn't tell me it was happening.
We ran that back here yesterday on the sports, by the way.
Yeah, I just watched it again last week. It was a good day for Wenatchee Lacrosse, and it was a cold afternoon for me. So
yes, yeah, that was in May, but the weather felt more like March. It was definitely not warm that day, and that was your first ever postseason win for Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse. That was
it was
exciting
a big deal.
to be here and witness. So things have certainly have grown since then, and we're happy to see the progression of lacrosse here in the Wenatchee Valley. And we were here broadcasting a baseball game at the Recreation Park right behind us, and there was lacrosse going on the field here, and there was lacrosse games going. It was, I assume, a tournament day anyway. And, man, it was so fun to see all these kids all over the place playing lacrosse.
It's great. The program is now extended from third grade on up. We've got kids filling every grade, moving up. They love it. Fans love it. Parents love it. And I've got one of my little friends. His name is Parker. And because my last name is Parker. He's a fifth grader. He's in my daughter's class, and every time I see him, I fist bump him and say, you keep playing lacrosse, And I just saw him before the game, and he just, Coach Parker. And I said, I'll coach you when you're in high school. You could bring me out of retirement. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Absolutely.
It's just good to see. It's good to see them all out there playing.
Well, and I appreciate you joining me on the broadcast here today.
It was great.
Here's a shot right close. Hit the upright. Just in tight by the Snohomish's Spencer Flynn.
Yeah, it was great to get your text on that. I felt like I got called up in the world of lacrosse. I got the nod.
Well, I need somebody that knows the game, so that's for sure. So when Rod Higley, who did the color with me before when we did these games, I messaged him and I said, hey, are you interested? And he goes, you know what? Why don't I get you Brandon's number and see if he's available? So.
Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate the opportunity.
So Wenatchee goes on the offensive set here, and hey, good news, gang. We're almost 4 minutes into the second half. Snohomish hasn't scored yet. So let's see what happens here for the Thunder as Vanderschalle has the ball out top. Wenatchee works offensively, and you'll be able to tell more than I as far as what kind of changes they make here offensively for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. Vanderschalle works the right side. He's got bodies moving around. He'll shoot it from the right side and miss the shot, at least being more aggressive that time.
Great save by the goalie. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that the guy's got to be moving. If you see six guys standing still, not much is going to come from it. So keeping that movement, Andrew taking that drive, good shot, good save by the goalie. They just need to keep doing that.
Well, Josh Bouchon gave a world of hurt there to Owen Wallace, who made a world of hurt for Wenatchee in the first half, scoring 4 goals. It looks like maybe Bouchon is going to clone him for this second half.
Yeah, that would be a good move by Coach Bass, is to put Josh, number 3, on number 22 and see how that goes. That should be a good matchup. I would say Josh is one of the most talented defensemen that Wenatchee has seen since I've coached. So I think it's the best opportunity to try to shut down 22, although he's a fantastic player.
Yeah,
So
nice stop there by Carson Reiner again here for Wenatchee Valley on the shot right in front. Thunder come up with it. He'll pass it off to Lancaster. He's looking for help. Gets it across midfield to Jorgensen. Jorgensen feeds down low right. And
there you go. Cutter.
There.
27 was wide open.
Oh, had a body right in front.
Oh.
Henry Nelson didn't see him, and now a pass in front. Nate Sherrill was there, but couldn't handle it cleanly. Ball goes off the back of one of the Panthers, picked up here by Wenatchee. Here's another opportunity for the Thunder. And we're going to get timeout White. All right, so we'll get a timeout taken by Wenatchee Valley to see what they want to do offensively here as they trail at 9-0, 6:52 to go in the third. We'll take a break and come back. You're watching Lacrosse Today here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
To achieve greatness once, it's not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Introducing the next all-electric super truck. The revolutionary GMC Hummer EV SUV. Reserve one now while they last.
Okay, and we're coming back here on the NCWLIFE Channel after the timeout taken by Wenatchee Valley. It will be Thunder ball here. Let's see where it will be. It will be over here on the left side, and so with it will be Marco Vargas at about the 30-yard line, near sideline. So let's see what the Thunder decide to do here offensively. So work it around the perimeter and then go back behind the goal to Henry Nelson. Nelson pestered there by Caden Wynn, who's been all over the place. And now we got a flag coming down, 2 flags coming down. See if Wenatchee can continue, though, on the offensive set here. They're going to wait until there's a pause in the action before they make the call here on the penalty against Snohomish. See if Wenatchee can maybe get a tally. Marco Vargas with it. He'll go right side, over down alongside the goal, and now out in front with a cutter. Here's the shot. Oh, a tip attempt in front by Vanderschalle, but he can't get enough of it. Ball still loose, and Wenatchee will come up with it out towards midfield as it's Henry Nelson who collects it. Still waiting for a whistle from the officials. We've got that flag waiting for Wenatchee to go a man up here. But again, they're still on this offensive set. So with this possession, it continues. The pass is behind, though, and then picked up on the weak side by Nelson. Nelson with the shot. It's wide, and now we will get the clarification on the penalty that we assume will come against Snohomish. And it is against Caden Wynn, and that's a trip.
Yep.
And is that a 30 or a 60?
That's a 1 minute.
1 minute penalty.
Yep.
Okay, so Snohomish a man down. Golden opportunity for Wenatchee right here.
Let's hope they can pull it off here. They had an opportunity on their last man up. Nate took a shot, had a tough angle, but could have got it into his left hand and might have been able to get it. But let's see if they can do it again.
Vanderschalle passes out front. They'll work it on the perimeter. Here's a shot and a block made. Nice job by the goalie again as Ian Coate has been on it here this afternoon. Pass towards the middle.
Ooh,
nice catch. Holy cow, how did he come up with that one?
That was nice.
That's their face-off man, Seth Martin, that came up with that ball at midfield. So a man down, yet Snohomish still on the attack here. That time winding down on the man down, as we'll be at even strength here momentarily. Snohomish The ball is in the cradle there, Damian Scott. He's finally picked up there by 2 defenders. Scott over on the far sideline will peel around and look for some help. He'll pass it out top. This will come out to Avery Keith. Excuse me, that's 16 with it. That's MJ Keith. 2 brothers playing for Snohomish. And now they are at even strength as Cannon Taylor will come off the bench area. Taylor will collect the ball. He'll pass it down low behind to Dorsey again. Back outside to Taylor. Methodic work around the perimeter here by Snohomish looking for a gap. Left-handed pass is ahead to Taylor. Keaton Taylor with it. Now they'll work it right side. And where is 22? Keep an eye on 22. He's out there somewhere. Here's a drive and a shot and a goal. This time it's by Tanner Dorsey. So Dorsey has had the last 2 tallies here for Snohomish. He got one at the 2:34 mark of the second quarter. And now collects the 10th goal of the game for the Panthers at the 4:08 mark here of the third. Well, that's deflating, too. You get a man up and you get a chance at a shot, and then you give up a goal on the other side.
Yeah, that was tough. Well, their goalie, they've got a great goalie.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Wenatchee's had some opportunities. So they just keep going. Like I was saying, just keep consider, hey, it's 0-0 right now. Win the next one.
Ball comes up, and it is on the faceoff. Zeke Neubauer that comes up with it, but knocked away from him. Loose for a moment, and then coming up with it again is Seth Martin. Boy, he's got good stick handling abilities. Left side, it will go to Tanner Dorsey, who scored just moments ago. Now off the bench on the fly comes Sam Flores. And he will be joined on the offensive attack here by Cole States. He had a goal, in fact, our second goal of the game back in the first quarter. And he will collect it. Then feed left. Back behind Tanner Dorsey. Outside it will come. And again, just kind of keep away right now for Snohomish with just over 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yep, so the strategy on Snohomish side is, get the ball around once or twice. You're killing some clock.
Nice interception there for Wenatchee. Coming up with the pick was Keegan Bossman. Beautiful play. Now Vander Schally is hit from behind just as he goes to crank up a shot. And we're going to get a flag down, and this whistle will come against Snohomish.
That'll be a push with possession, 30 seconds, technical foul. So we'll have another man-up opportunity. Hey, if anything, Wenatchee, let's get one. Get
absolutely.
One off a man-up.
Absolutely. Get the goose egg off the board.
Let's do it.
Penalty was against Sam Flores. I think that's his second. Is there a number of penalties you can have as an individual?
Yeah, 5 in a game, and then you can't continue.
All right. So.
Well, 5 minutes of total penalty time.
Total.
I believe that's the rule now.
Wenatchee with the ball after the penalty. The Thunder again trying to crack the scoreboard for the first time here this afternoon. That'll go left side on the perimeter to Henry Nelson. Now outside it comes as Lancaster will pass it up to Job. They'll go back behind again. Vanderschally's not out there. He took that collision on the shot.
They need to press that other side. The open lane is going to be on that backside. They got to switch it up next time.
So they keep going counterclockwise and ending up over here on the left, and you're saying to come back on the right?
You'll see the opening
on that weak side.
On that side, yeah.
Okay.
And they're overloading this side with their players, and you'll see it's where they got the shot on the other last quarter. So if they can do that, I'll point it out here to you if we get the opportunity.
Turnover by Snohomish, so Wenatchee gets it back here as Owen Graves works with the ball.
See, now if Nate were to come up in that backside.
Okay, yeah. Oh, gotcha.
There's where the hole was.
Yeah, he's looking at Nate Sherrill back there, number 10. They did try it there. And
nice
a shot taken from the right side, just a little bit high by Clay Lancaster, but they worked it over to the side you were talking about. Minute 48 to go here in the third quarter, and a pass a little bit high on the inbounds, I guess. What do you call it's not an inbounds. I'm thinking basketball there, but kind of inbounds almost.
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm not exactly sure, to be honest with you.
A ball that went out of bounds. You're bringing it back inbounds.
I'm good with it.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
I don't know. It might come to me later, but that sounds perfect.
Okay, that works.
Oh, there we go.
Collision there. Nice job by Henry Nelson to try to thwart the attempt to get at midfield. But again, that stick handling by Seth Martin. He has certainly shown his stuff here today for Snohomish, number 7, who's coming off the field right now. Ball is in the net of MJ Keith with 1:10 to go here in the third quarter. One tally here in the second half. That was by Tanner Dorsey. It's a 10-0 lead for Snohomish. They tried to go in front. Good job by the defense of colliding with the man who was intended for the pass. And, almost an own goal here. Look out. Wenatchee with trouble all over the place. They're able to avoid it, however. Goodness, that was close. Now coming across midfield for the Thunder's Gabe Velasquez.
There you go.
Now to Henry Nelson. Nelson on the drive. Lost the handle of it. Ball loose on the ground, picked up by Snohomish. As coming up with it is Avery Keith. Keith will bring it up the sideline, but then try to pass towards midfield. It's picked off by Vanderschalle, who's back in there for Wenatchee. Got a little give and go. The shot, and a beautiful stop again by Ian Coate. Holy cow, this kid is something else. Now the drive, back the other way, opportunity for Snohomish. Good job by Bouchon to step in front, knock that ball away. They had, it looked like numbers, but Bouchon was there for Wenatchee. And that will be the end of this quarter, and much better quarter here for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, even though they trail it 10-0. We will take a break and come back. Fourth quarter on the way. You're watching high school lacrosse this afternoon on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Spring brings new beginnings, new growth, and new hope. At Pat Armstrong Ford, we work hard to make sure you find the right vehicle for your lifestyle and season. Spring means more time outside, spending quality time with friends and family, enjoying everything the new season brings. Whatever you want to do out there, we've got the vehicle to get it done.
Get your spring started right in a new Ford or Lincoln at Pat Armstrong Ford, where we are community strong.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. Heading into the final frame here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, Snohomish leading Wenatchee 10-0, along with Brandon Parker. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE Channel. Boy, I've been impressed by Ian Coate, the goalkeeper here for Snohomish, and you had a chance to talk a little bit with Dylan Hummel, the head coach for Snohomish, about that young man in goal.
I did. I actually went to lunch with Dylan last week, and we talked about a variety of his players. But what he told me about Ian is he said he's a junior, he's a 2-year captain, 3-year varsity starter, the leader of their defense. And Dylan said, in his opinion, he thinks he might be the best goalie in the state of Washington.
Wow.
So he's living up to that right now. Wenatchee has not been able to get a ball past him, and he looks fantastic. So, and being a junior, he's got another year.
Yeah.
So
isn't that something?
Yeah.
Now, you might not know the answer to this. I'm going to put you on the spot. Normally speaking, there's playoffs, there's state championship that goes. Is that going to happen with this being a COVID year? Or
yeah,
not?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
There's been a variety of discussion about what's going to occur. I think to some degree they're going to attempt a league type.
Okay.
I'm not sure, to be
Okay.
honest with you, though. I think it's been somewhat variable.
Well, I know the season has been shortened from where they normally are, and, of course, the delay in the start of the season. But good. In talking with Thomas Bass before the game, he said, hey, we're just be happy to be playing anything right now. And that is kind of the theme after you miss an entire season of lacrosse and finally get things back underway. and crossing our fingers, hoping that the world gets back to normal in the next year so that we can have more lacrosse here on the NCW Life Channel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it's a positive. There's a lot of things you take out of the last year. I mean, the kids not getting the opportunities to do these things, play these sports, and to have them now, I think, they're just happy to be out here playing. Scores are scores, but this is one of the fun aspects of being a lacrosse player in Wenatchee. You get this opportunity, so we're just glad. We're just glad.
They reversed ends here, so Wenatchee going from left to right as we look at it right now. And there's a flag that was thrown in the air. We're going to have a penalty against Snohomish coming up. But first, the possession continues for Wenatchee until they settle in these matters. As Lancaster has it out on the top corner, he'll collect it back. Then back to Vandershalle, and number 37 for Wenatchee. Vandershalle with the drive down the right side, draws the defense, looking for help. Finds it, and another beautiful stop in front by Ian Coate on the shot by Clay Lancaster. But here comes the penalty. It will come against Snohomish. A slash is called against Colton Perry, and that will be a 1-minute penalty. So Wenatchee, another opportunity here, Brandon, being a man up.
Yeah, so, I mean, at some point, it's going to work, right?
It's going to happen.
At some point. So here we go. So I think if I could get an ear down there and the coach, I would have him try to press that other side and keep – there's a backside rotation that should be occurring, and if they can just get him moving, we're going to get to see a goal for him.
Number 10, Nate Sherrill has it. Good idea. I think that ball clanged off the upright on the left side. As Snohomish was kind of lapsing a little bit there, and they thought, well, he's just going to pass it off.
Yeah.
And he took the shot. Vandershalle out front. We'll give it up on the left side, and then back to Sherrill around the back.
Pressing that and getting that shot. One more, and see that lane right there? That's the lane
right
I'm telling you
open,
about.
and the shot taken. It's loose on the right side on the deflection there. Again by Coate on the stop. Sherrill comes up with it. A pass out front. Here's the shot by Vandershalle, and again a stop by Coate. It's like his net has stickum on it or something.
Yeah, no, there's a magnet with the ball going right into his net.
No, that's something else.
I'll tell you from a coaching perspective, when you have a goalie that is that good, it sure brings confidence to your season. So, it's wonderful for Dylan and his teammates there.
And that allows you to do so many other things on the offensive front. You can be a little more risque if you've got a guy back there that is going to just stonewall everybody.
Absolutely.
Snohomish on the attack again as we're 9:50 left here in the fourth. The Panthers scoring 9 first-half goals, lead at 10-0 here over the home squad on Senior Day here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. So I hope that there is some sort of a postseason, even if it's just a league approach for Wenatchee in the Central. Right now, Wenatchee's in 4th place. So maybe a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 kind of thing?
It'd be great if they had some kind of just a tournament there at the end.
Right.
So we'll see. One thing, I'm running a camp this summer here in Wenatchee. I've got a few coaches.
Here's a shot right inside. Owen Wallace with his 5th tally of the game. And again, you got to mark 22 and find him on the field.
Yep. Well, a lot of credit to him. I mean, it's fun to watch a really good lacrosse player. So, and one thing, too, I love about Dylan, his style of coaching, and you can see this game is not dirty. Guys are congratulating each other. There's respect on the field.
Oh, sure.
It's a good game. But anyways, I was going to say about my camp I'm doing this summer. We've got a goalie coach coming, who just got inducted into the MCLA Hall of Fame.
Really?
And I'm hoping that we'll get some goalies out here that can continue to work with him. And I know Carson will be there, the goalie for Wenatchee, and some of the younger guys. So building a good goalie is very critical for a good lacrosse program.
Absolutely.
We're gonna,
so when is that
end of July 28th, 29th, 30th, I believe, are the actual dates. And they'll be getting that out to all the youth here in town. And hopefully, if there's some teams and guys from the Seattle area that would love to come out to Wenatchee, the way I look at it, it's a great opportunity for parents to come camp, fish, enjoy our side of the state, and drop your kids off.
And if you want any fishing tips, Brandon Parker can help you out with that.
I'd love to run that, too. That would be fun.
Have a little
fishing camp.
Yeah, have a little fishing camp, a little maybe fishing tournament going on. Well,
that'd be wonderful.
Maybe some salmon fishing in the river, I'm sure about that. Snohomish on the offensive set here. Neubauer, number 2 with the ball, and the drive, and the shot. And, boy, you just can't let him get in that tight, as that's an impossible position for Carson Reiner to try to defend it. And the goal scored here by Snohomish.
Yep, defensively, you've got to stay between your guy and that goal. And once you're beat, and especially right down the middle like that, that's a tough one for Carson. You kind of have to hope he's going to hit you or shoot wide.
So that makes it 12-0. Neubauer's second goal on the afternoon here for Snohomish.
Yeah, Dylan's notes on Neubauer. He said he's a great outside shooter. He's tenacious on defense. He's a ground ball machine, which that means that the kid's real good at scooping those ground balls and will occasionally play deep hole. So that's a well-rounded, all-around good player. And so, yeah, you give him that opportunity, and he's a good outside shooter. That's a tough one to defend.
Ball loose, and still loose. Who's going to collect it here? It will be Snohomish. And another impressive player for Snohomish is Caden Wynn, number 11 with the ball right now. He'll drive it ahead and then give it up as they'll go back behind the net to Tanner Dorsey. Dorsey out front, try a reverse shot, and it goes wide. It'll be Snohomish ball.
Behind the back shot. Actually, that was his best opportunity due to that angle, how he caught it. He had to go behind the back, and that would have been a pretty goal.
And that was Owen Wallace looking for his 6th of the afternoon, and misses just a little bit high and wide. Panthers with it. And is there, Brandon, I think that I've talked about this on our broadcast in the past. I know this is a combination of mostly Wenatchee and Eastmont kids that play for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. It's a club sport here. Is there a chance of ever getting this in the high schools?
Yeah, I mean, we would need to start a program at Eastmont, and you need. I mean, the team itself is comprised mostly of kids that go to Wenatchee High School. I think there's a couple this year. Marco, I believe, goes to East Wenatchee, and then you've got maybe a River Academy. I know Nate does. It would be getting the resources to start the teams and have the coaching staff. And one of my goals in this program was to build the opportunity for returning players to come back and give back. So even right now, you've got one of our returning players as assistant coach in Tristan. You've got guys that are coming to my camp this summer that are returning players to help out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So, yeah, if we could build more returning players, people come back to the Valley, we could build more programs and get it into some of the other schools out here.
That would be great. Well, and also getting girls. I've seen that there's some girls playing with the boys on the boys' teams. Getting girls lacrosse going here too?
We used to have a women's team, a girls team. A guy named Bruce Hale ran it, and then he had to move back to Canada. We had a great women's program, and it fizzled away because we lost the resources. So there's talk. There's a woman who moved here that used to play 4 years of college lacrosse, I think in Oregon, and we're in talks with her to see if we can.
That'd be fantastic.
See if we can get a women's team started again.
That would be great. So stay tuned, as it were. As Snohomish comes up with a turnover here by Wenatchee on the drive. Again, the Panthers look out as they go right side with it. Losing the handle, though, were the Panthers. And the ball still loose. Who's going to come up with it? It is Vandershally for Wenatchee. He'll get up to
just
midfield.
Run, just go, press,
just
get the draw, pass it. One more to Nate, and a shot. Nate.
Cheryl had an opportunity.
He had the angle.
And the defense now will converge. A spin over there with the ball is Henry Nelson. Nelson will give it back up out top. And that's just confidence in your own ability.
Yeah, right there. I mean, that was a step towards the upper end of the field, and a shot would have been an opportunity.
Here's a drive and a shot. Hits the outside of the net by Henry Nelson. And again, that's something too. That's give credit to Snohomish. not many multiple opportunities on the offensive shots here for Wenatchee this afternoon.
No, they're playing great defense, great position body defense.
Josh Bouchon was starting to wind up with that long stick, but not able to get the wind up because it's stolen from him.
There's one of your negatives with the long stick.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to check it and get the ball knocked out.
You got a lot of stick to play with there.
Yeah.
Nelson again on the drive for Wenatchee, spinning, and then is checked. The ball came loose and picked up by Coate. Coate's going to pass it out towards midfield. Right there back Wenatchee, and who's going to get it? It will be Snohomish. Nice job of collecting that on the run for the Panthers. It was Cole States who came up with it, but whistle comes.
So we've got a timeout?
And we've got a timeout taken on the field. We'll take a break as well on the broadcast. 4:26 to go. 12-0 all Snohomish. We're coming back here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
Welcome back once again here to Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pickup and drop-off available too. Stop by the website, globalcarcare.net. Also by Les Schwab Tires. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Timeout, I believe, was by Snohomish, since they had the ball in their end, so that would make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you cannot call a timeout unless you have possession. Okay. That is a rule.
Okay.
You can't go, oh, they're about to score, timeout.
Is there is there a timeout you could take if you don't have possession, but there's a stoppage? If there's a penalty or something like that, or
penalties. Yeah, I mean there's opportunities when it's dead ball situations. And it's not a possession-based thing.
All right. Snohomish with the ball as they work it. Cole States had it for a moment. They'll go back behind again. And there's Owen Wallace. Watch out for him. They'll bring it back out top as M.J. Keith will work it here on the left side. He'll drive. He'll pass. The shot.
Nice save,
and
Carson.
A nice job by Reiner again. Snohomish maintains possession as they'll pass in tight. And here's a shot. Clangs off the upright. Shot was taken by Tanner Dorsey right on the doorstep. Against Snohomish, still with the ball, as Owen Wallace will work with it. Wallace.
That's a great matchup. I love it.
Great job with
Wallace and Josh.
Bouchon over there.
Yep.
And Bouchon, if you didn't catch it at halftime, he's going on to play at the next level with college
Florida.
Lacrosse at Embry-Riddle. Is that right?
In Florida, Daytona Beach.
Which is a great piloting school, aeronautics.
That's what he wants to do.
Astronauts come out
he
of
wants
Embry-Riddle.
an aeronautic degree of some sort.
All right. Well, good for him.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. Here's a nice pass in front. Good move. And a shot and a goal taken by Neubauer, his third of the game. Boy, that was a sweet move right there.
Yeah, great. Great rollback.
3:01 the time of the goal for Snohomish. And Neubauer scores 2 in a row here. That makes it 13-0 Snohomish.
Yeah, another note Dylan told me about Neubauer is he works on the family farm every day.
Really?
So maybe there's something about working on a farm that just makes you a well-rounded person, huh?
Could be.
Well-rounded lacrosse player.
Could be. Or you get away from the farm, you're happy to be doing anything else but farming for a minute.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe you're just happy to be playing lacrosse, and you can just get really good. Yeah.
Broadcast today here on the NCWLIFE Channel, brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Well, Wenatchee wins a face-off, but the throw across midfield is deflected off of the stick of Marco Vargas, and picked up by Snohomish. Here's the drive again by the Panthers as Seth Martin will have it down in the corner.
Penalties
and
coming.
Pushed from behind.
Didn't call it.
Didn't see the flag come out. So Keegan,
they let that one go.
Yeah,
I think.
Keegan got away from with one there. Well, I think you consider maybe the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they let that one slide.
No blood, no foul. So near side it comes. Avery Keith with it here for Snohomish. Panthers can just work the clock down as we're just over 2 minutes remaining here in this one. Well, not the way that I'm sure Thomas Bass and the rest of the coaching staff drew it up today, but they knew coming in that Snohomish is a very good team, and they have certainly proven that here today.
Yeah, absolutely. They knew that this was going to be a tough match, but like we said earlier, they're out here playing. You get to play at this beautiful field. We love our valley.
Yeah.
The kids are all good kids and great programs both directions. So there's so much positive in what we're watching, and the scoreboard doesn't reflect it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Jason Bouchon sent me the schedule. Says, can you do any of these games broadcast? And we looked at what we were already trying to do with our coverage of high school sports and doing coverage at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval and everything else. And we're like, okay, we were going to do 2 this week, but the game on Thursday against Chiawana was moved. It was supposed to be here.
Right.
They ended up moving it down to the Tri-Cities. So unfortunately, we weren't able to do 2 in 1 week. So this is the game we were able to do here today.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, we just appreciate you guys doing this and that you're here, and you get to watch a really great lacrosse program. And if anything, he's a former Wenatchee player, and you got to give credit to everything Dylan's done.
Turnover by Wenatchee after they were trying to thwart the goal attempt, and they were successful in that, but not able to maintain possession there. So Snohomish back on the offensive front, spin in front of the goal, and a shot, and they're going to count that goal. They will. It's in for Avery Keith, his first tally of the day. And that comes with 44.7 seconds remaining. Make it 14-0. Unfortunately, we did lose one of our camera's connections today, so we are not going to be able to do the post game that we had hoped here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Marion, you know what we might do is I'll just have you bring up the microphone cords, and we'll stretch it as far as we can, and maybe Matthew can see us from up above, and we'll just do a post game in the stands here, see if we can do something like that. So we will try to do a post game, because I'd literally love to have Dylan Hummel come and join us on a post game and talk to us. Unfortunately, he'll have to come up in the stands here to do so. So we'll try to work that out for you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. By the way, we have more sports coming up tonight. High school basketball is the winter season, in quotes, will get underway tonight with Davis and Wenatchee. Grant Olson has your play-by-play tonight, 6:30 right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. So for 2 for 1 here today on the broadcast channel, your local TV station. Time winding down with just under 15 seconds to go. And Wenatchee just trying to keep Snohomish off the board again here as the Panthers work it back behind the goal. And I think they're just happy to count the ticks on the clock and the sands in the hourglass and say that's enough of that. And Snohomish will get the win here. 14-0 is your final. We're going to have to take a sizable timeout because we're going to have Marion chase down our microphone cords and all that kind of fun stuff. And we will come back and we'll have some form of a post-game show coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel after the win today by Snohomish, 14-0. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Earthwise Pet. If your pet had a choice, they'd choose Earthwise. Also by Wenatchee FC, North Central Washington's leader in development of youth soccer players with clubs, teams, camps, private training, and tournaments, playing opportunities, scholarships available. For more information, go to WFCYouth.net. We'll take a break, come back. Postgame coming your way next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter real estate agent show you the difference.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the doghouse?
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Well, Well, a few raindrops starting to fall here at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. It doesn't deter the reunion, really, that's happening here today. Score, I know, not to Thomas Bass' liking, but Snohomish, we knew coming in, was going to be a great club for Wenatchee to take on today. Thomas, first of all, we've got Thomas Bass joining us. We've got Dylan Hummel. We've got Brandon Parker, who kind of is like the father to these guys in a way of speaking. So, Thomas, first of all, let's talk about this. You know, you guys are still learning. Talk about this game here today.
All right, well, we've got a good top-heavy senior class. We knew this was going to be a bit of a dipping year. We graduated a lot of good guys last year, and next year we've got close to 40 guys coming up from the middle school. So we knew that this was going to be a transition year, but, you know, still got to come out and play.
I was impressed with Reiner in goal for you today. One stop after another for you guys. I mean, that's a relentless attack by Snohomish all afternoon.
Yeah, Carson's a heck of a goalie. He's only been playing for 2 years now. Last year was his first year, and that was cut short by COVID. So this is really his first year, and I have a lot of one-on-one time with him. He's going to be a heck of a goalie in the next 2 years. And I saw you change things up a little bit. Got Josh Bouchon more man-on-man with Owen Wallace, the 22 for them, and that was a good matchup. And good to see that Josh is going to go on and play at the next level. Oh, yeah. Josh is, I mean, the best defender on this side of the state. He's an absolute monster. We use him on offense. We throw him in on rides and clears. I mean, I put him anywhere on the field, and he just gets after it.
Well, let's talk to Dylan Hummel here. We didn't get a chance to visit with you on the pregame show, but first of all, congratulations. That's a heck of a club you've got going on.
Thank you very much. I'm very blessed to be able to walk into a program that has so much talent before I even got there and be able to just mold the little bit of younger players that I've gotten to. It's nice to be able to rely on some of the upperclassmen that have that high-level playing experience.
Well, you got two great things going for you. Owen Wallace on one side, and then Ian Coates. I was just so impressed with him in goal today.
Yeah, Ian Cote, I believe, might be the best goalie in the entire state of Washington. I mean, we played Mercer Island last Tuesday, one of the top teams in the state, and he went 14 saves out of 18 shots. So I firmly believe that he might be the best goalie in the state. And to go along with Owen Wallace, I mean, that guy, he's got 30 plus goals, 30 plus assists on the season. I mean, he's kind of the lifeblood of our offense.
Brandon Parker, I wanted to give you a chance to talk on camera to both of these guys here and just about how proud you are and what Wenatchee Valley Lacrosse has done in just a matter of a decade.
Yeah, well, I mentioned a lot of this on the broadcast. You know, Dylan, when he used to talk about Wenatchee Lacrosse, it was always associated with Dylan. He would coach and help with every age group. And he and Thomas both played in Wenatchee, both went off and played some college lacrosse, have come back, have coached with me, and I just thought it was wonderful to see. Here's Wenatchee. You know, Dylan gets to go and coach on the west side, but he's bringing, you know, his heart and his love for Wenatchee and how he does things and is teaching other kids beyond just that, the stars work. So I was just proud to look down on the field and go, this is Wenatchee, both teams, you know, influenced by what we've done here as a program. So I was just really proud in general to see both Coach Bass and Coach Hummel, whom I've got to coach with, you know, and I definitely have missed that. These guys are awesome guys to coach with, and they love the game, and they love Wenatchee. So one thing, though, you should have seen Dylan's team before he got there, because it was damn good. And then, I don't know what happened. It's okay. You know, they're doing all right. But anyways, just giving him a hard time. I got to give him some kind of a hard time, right? Yeah. So, no, but we're proud of everybody. So.
Well, and that's going to wrap up the broadcast here today, but the future is bright as far as lacrosse here in the Wenatchee Valley, and we heard it today on the broadcast. Brandon Parker says he may come out of retirement and coach once again, so we'll see about that. On behalf of Brandon, for my wife Marion Granstrom, who was on camera too, that kind of credited out on us today, and Matthew Baxter up on top, and the rain showers come, and Snohomish comes away with a big win here today over Wenatchee Valley. That's going to do it for lacrosse here today. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, basketball coming up later on tonight. It's Davis and Wenatchee. Grant Olson with your play-by-play, 6:30 here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Have a good night, everybody.
The shot, and beautiful!
Thanks for watching high school sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.